FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
There's a demarcation line in the history of Texas, in the history of the way America views Texas. And it's April 1948 when the smart woman who ran Life magazine's Dallas bureau kind of got wind of these fellas. And Life magazine ran a photo of H.L. Hunt, who was when they ambushed him on a street corner on his way to a poker game in April '48. And above it, they ran the headline, "Is this man the richest man in America?" And I mean, all of America was like, huh? I mean, because nobody had a sense that there were wealthy people down in Texas. Texas was known at the time for cattle and cowboys and six-shooters and, you know, having a good time. And overnight, all these Eastern reporters flood into Texas. And from 48 all the way through the 50s, in every newspaper and magazine of the day, Time and Newsweek and the New York Times loved them. They all poured in to kind of advance this not terribly untrue stereotype of nouveau riche Texas zillionaires, you know, shooting six guns at the moon. There was some truth of this. There was this great honeymoon period where the nation was kind of in love with these fellows from 48 to 53, and then, unfortunately, long story short, it became clear that they were, to a man, fairly ardent right-wingers. And they might have gotten away with that, except that three of the four of them, Sid Richardson being the canny exception, hitched their wagons to a fellow named Joe McCarthy. They were, in fact, such huge backers of McCarthy. McCarthy spent so much time at their hotels, their mansions in Texas. Murchison, of course, gave him stock tips, all this. McCarthy was so popular, he was known as Texas's third senator. When Murrow took McCarthy down, and it wasn't, you know, it was a long, kind of slow thing over a period of months, the image of these Texas oilmen went down with him. In fact, you can draw a straight line, as I say in the book, from that spring of 1954, when these Texas oilmen, who had heretofore been seen as kind of harmless, fun Warren Buffetts of the prairie, are suddenly now being viewed as dangerous, scary risks to the country. You know, a reputation that descends through the 50s until it ultimately hits November 1963 when, God forbid, Dallas kills Kennedy. And everybody blames Hunt and Murchison and everybody else. So that's kind of the broad strokes of the story I'm trying to tell.